hatred towards her, most of you do it whether you realize it or not. All black men out there should stop shunning the dark-skinned black woman because she, more than anyone else on this universe, is the closest representation of the Creator. Actively restore her to her proper glory. Answer: the single men should actively be looking for a dark black woman for your wife so that your children will hold black women in high esteem and therefore will love themselves rather than hate themselves, and won't want to kill each other. All you grown men in the studio, how black is your wife? Do you actively look for the darkest woman when looking for women? And that's from CHEC check or check. Well, that's a very detailed. That sounds like a sister wrote that. Well, you know, on my part, I don't think I need to comment, you know, because I understand the text and I think the point is going across, you know. So I don't know if Natural Tahuti followed it and want to make any addition to what was read.
Well, I'm all inclusive. Me particularly, I have an affinity for darker skinned women.
Right.
Okay? But we can't negate and escape the fact that we have been amalgamated.
That's right.
And become in many different shades. So you know, recently someone attacked me about my son having a Puerto Rican woman. And they said, well, Tahuti, you teach that the black woman is God. I said, yeah, that's right. So why does your son have a Puerto Rican woman? I said, number one, if you learn the history of the island called Borinquen, you will understand that they have more an affinity with Africans than they do with Mexicans. The only thing they have in common with Mexicans is that they speak Spanish. Now, I can't say that all Puerto Ricans are African descent, but the majority of them are African and what they call Taino descent. So, what I am saying is this. Yes, I love my dark-skinned women. I think dark-skinned women are beautiful. Believe me when I tell you, I love that dark-skinned women. And I've made love with light-skinned women. I've made love with dark-skinned women. Me, personally, I like them dark. I like them dark and brown, but darker the better for me. However, let's not negate and make that a hard rule, because we need all of our brothers and sisters. We need all of them from all of the different shades and phenotypes. We need all of them because we will not get out of this war with only a part of us. And understand that blackness comes in many different shades. It's like a prism. When you take a prism and you hold it to the sun, you will notice that there are 7 different spectrums of light. So when you look at all of the different shades of black people, all you are doing is seeing the different spectrums of light. That's all that it is. But I understand the brother's question and concern. I understand many people's questions and concerns about the dark-skinned women, but let's not be paranoid about our lighter-skinned family.
Well,
it was our lighter-skinned family that our misunderstanding in ancient time of the albino folks that got us into this situation now. In my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. That was for the listeners out there. I hope that was very good breakdown of the brother giving it to you. It's you know, this is the Breaking the Spell show with Natural Tahuti, Kanum, Kansu, and Shepses. We'll take time out. Let's take 2 minutes out and say big ups to all our listeners out there. Sean, I know you're listening. Ray, I know you're listening. Yabi, I know you're listening. Big up yourself out there. Natural Tahuti is here with us. You know, we try to bring it for you the best way that we can. One of the other things that I think the listeners would like to hear, yeah, I've been told that don't go too close to the mic, you know. I think one of the brothers is on the line talking to a sister out there. When you say about light skin and dark skin women, what it is as well, you've touched on the different in colors. But one of the things I really think out there, they say they're a black woman. One of the things I would like you to break down for them out there. You know, they say that we say that we're black, but our skin colors are different shades of brown, as in different color, as in different shades, not color but different shades. Can you touch on that again for the ladies, the goddesses out there, where there be different shades of color, that it's not so much about the blackness you see as in black, as in, you know what I mean? So can you kind of break it down for them for me, please?
Okay, this is what's more important. We can't just look at the external. If you're only looking at the external, you're going to be tricked. Because let me say this to you. You got some people that is black as night, and they ain't worth S-H-I-T. They are working with the enemy. And you have some that is light and bright and almost white that are working with the enemy. So it's not so much the particular shade of the skin. It is the individual that is resonating the melanin content that is within him. Whatever content of melanin that is within you, understand, even if it's at a minute level, where at the epidermis level, you are very light in skin. But if you have not in tune with that melanin in you, you are in tune with your ancestors. And as long as you are in tune with your ancestors, you will muster the power of this universe. So let's not get caught up in the shade textures of skin, because Africans are beautiful. You can go to Ethiopia, you'll find a lot of light in yellow African that has no admixture of blood. Because even in ancient Kemet, we had different shades of people. All of the people were not black as night. Some were brown, some were yellow, some were in between. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it's not really about the complexion of the skin. It is the content of the individual's character. That's what we have to be more concerned with. I know some brothers. I have one young brother that I'm giving education to. He is from the Boricua family, the Puerto Rican, and that brother he is just as revolutionary as any dark-skinned brother I know. That brother's on the front line. He has been with me. We marched on police stations before. We took together on the front line battling this wicked beast. And so that's why I say, let's not get caught up in the content of skin color. It's really about the content of the individual's mind and how they connect with the black woman. They are African descent, and they are down to fight this revolution. Those are the people you want to align yourself with. Now remember, there are 16 different shades of black. In some states, it has now been extended to 32 shades. There are 8 shades of brown, and there are 8 shades of yellow. Also, multiplicities of those 16 shades, which makes it 32 shades of black. So, again, we have a lot of different shades of black.
Live caller that just wants to go live and say something. Caller, you're live. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to read this out. That in order to correct the imbalance created and to return harmony to the black community is for black men to marry the dark-skinned woman first and not last. But one of the main problems is that they have been marrying the light-skinned woman first and leaving the dark-skinned woman on the sidelines. Let's have lots of marriage in the black community. Let's have lots of beautiful, wonderful love and marriages created in the black community. This will go a massive way to restoring the harmony in the black community. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right, caller.
I think I understand my sister very well. And I know the pain of my darker skinned sister because the mother has used me as a vehicle to understand the pain of the woman. You understand what I'm saying? You, in my battle and in my fight, I feel very lonely. I have all my brothers and sisters out there, and a lot of them love me, but individually, a lot of times I feel so lonely. I understand that I am being initiated into another classroom to understand the pain of our dark-skinned women that they have been feeling for thousands of years or hundreds of years. So I understand when my darker-skinned sisters are feeling rejected, when they are feeling ostracized by the very man who she loves, the black man. Because a lot of black men are being led to believe that white or the light skin is better. I'm saying that, no, our dark-skinned women are very worthy of love, affection, and protection. I prefer dark-skinned women. However, let's not sideswipe the fact that Africans have a multiplicity of skin textures. We can't negate one for the other. I'm saying what's more important is the content of character of the individual. You can't help sometimes who you fall in love with.
That's right.
Understand what I'm saying to you?
That's right. That is
if
very
their
correct.
content is African, they're about revolution, whether they be light, white, and almost white, it still makes it right as long as they are willing to fight this revolution. But let's not get it messed up, brothers. We have to look at our dark-skinned women because they are very beautiful. That's why I tell my sisters, take perms out your hair and let your hair grow naturally. I love the sisters with the locks. I like to see that nappy hair. I love it. You understand what I'm saying? Black women are very good. I like to see the African women with no hair, the bald-headed ones. They are just as beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? You go take a what they call that magazine, National Geographic. Look at some of them different skin complexions of African women. That's why I say we need to look at all the images of black women. Because black women are the most beautiful and they are the most sought after women in the world. While some of the brothers are racing to get light-skinned women, you know what them crackers are racing to get, right? The dark-skinned women. They love dark booty.
I hear that.
Natural Tahuti, we've got a caller that was asking quite vehemently. She's saying, her name's Taliba, and she's saying, how is it that we're expected to change the Willie syndrome without the principle of first marrying the black woman first? And she's saying that, according to, from her perspective, that we only have to do this for 5 years and that whole problem will be reversed. Is that a view or consensus that you would agree with, or what would your answer be to that?
I disagree with that. You can't, listen, you cannot separate Africa. Listen, that's Eurocentric, because now what you're doing, you're separating.
That's
we
right.
are in a late day in time.
That's right.
We are in a time, we at war. War is in your face right now. And you mean to tell me we're going to sit here and separate the light skin from the dark skin? That's bully land.
That's right.
So what